In this video, we're going to talk about how you can smooth out your income peaks and valley. What do I mean by that is if you're a salesperson, an independent contractor, or anybody that is dependent, has some kind of like peak in income and then followed by periods where you don't have as much income, then you may want to listen to this video to the end, because I'm going to show you some tips on how to make sure that you have a very stable income throughout the year, and then that's something that you can rely on and you can relax whenever that you're in an income valley. So the scenario really applies to a lot of the salespeople, for example, that are receiving these large commission. A real estate agent, for example, who is basically not being paid or has expenses every month up until they have, and then they have a huge commission that is coming in, and then this is when they can start paying their bill. How do you manage this peak of income and kind of like spread it out so that you don't have to worry too much when you don't have any commissions coming in? This is similar also for other people on commission, like sales rep, obviously for software company, high-tech companies, and the whole slew of other jobs that are requiring salespeople. More recently, we've also seen some of professionals that have never experienced a downward curve in their income, and these would be like health professionals, like dentists, other people that were doing surgery, like elective surgeries. All of a sudden the hospitals were closed and they were no longer able to do any kind of these elective surgeries. So now things have changed now, but so this is some income valley that they were not predicting, and then that if they would have followed what I'm about to suggest today, they would have been able to easily go over these income valleys and really enjoy their time off, I would say, from the hospital. We are also moving more and more into a gig economy, and by a gig economy is a bunch of everything, all the jobs, the full-time jobs are migrating into a 1099 or independent contractor role. So for all these roles, all these independent contractors, that means that there's going to be, you make some very good money when you are on contract, when you are on a project, but eventually the budget can be cut, the project can be canceled, and then you find yourself at the very end of the project that you thought would last for a very long time, and you have no more income coming in. You know, it's not like the old days where you would work 25 years for the same company, you know, and then you would get like your gold watch. You get your gold watch after 25 years and say, oh yeah, this is your gift for having given your life. And now it's a little very different. People don't work even more than 5 years for the same company. There's not the same sense of loyalty from the employee or from the employer either on guaranteeing some kind of employment and stability for their workers. Right? Companies bear less and less responsibilities for their employees. They want their employees to be on their own. They want people to be independent contractors, so they don't have to worry about benefits, about some workers' comps, about all kinds of things that are costing a lot of money when you have an employee. So a sense of responsibility. And companies somehow have convinced workers that this is good for them, that now they're doing, they're in their own company, they're doing their own work, and they're free. There's some truth to that. There's some kind of a certain level of freedoms that comes with that. You also have an increase, hopefully, in your rate that you're charging. But there's a lot more downward downward side to that than people are really talking about. And during the last election, actually, there was a proposition that was passed that was really pushed by Uber to basically consider all their workers as independent contractors instead of employees, because they didn't want to be forced to pay them any kind of benefits, any kind of they didn't want to bear any kind of responsibility for their workers. And this is going to have a major impact on other workers as well. So prepare yourself to all of a sudden have a big push for independent contractors out there. So independent contractors is not bad in its own, but there are income peaks and valleys that you have to be aware of and that you have to prepare for. I've been an independent contractor for many years, and I was doing very well in terms of my hourly rate. But the problem is that you go on vacation, the money stops coming in. Every hour that you're not working is an hour that you're not making money. So this is very, very critical. At the end of a project, sometimes you would have some time, you would know that the project would be ending in 2 months from now or 3 months from now. So you could prepare yourself and start looking for another project to be on. So this was the best case scenario where you would know, oh, there's a project coming on, and then in another company or the same company, and you can line yourself up so that you don't have any kind of valleys in your income. So that's one of the best scenarios. But often companies decide that the project is over budget. They want to cancel the project. It's not no more in line with what their goals were, and they just want to cancel the project. And you're an independent contractor, and they tell you in a meeting and say, "Well, goodbye. It was nice working with you," and then they're going to pay you for the next for the hours you've worked, but this is it. After that, you have no more income coming in. So the plan is really to spread these incomes. So whenever you're working, whenever you get this big commission, is to start planning for the valleys. And the solution is really twofold. It's to live below or within your means, and to invest in passive income investment. First, let's review your expenses. So I think this is very important. A lot of people, when you're having these high paid job or you make a lot in commission, the tendency is that you want to spend that money on something big because you feel like you deserved it and all that good stuff. But often some of these expensive cars or these expensive items, they're also costing you money after that, and you have to prepare for that and making sure that if you're spending money on these things, that this is something that's really gonna truly make you happy and bring you joy. So make sure that this is something that matters. Keep your expenses to what is truly necessary for living, and then really bear down on that and focus on really being frugal. So that's very important. It doesn't mean that there's no room for you to have little pleasure and stuff like that, but budget for that and say, okay, well, this is something that really makes me very happy, and this is something that I really enjoy, that's really important to me. I want to spend that kind of money. I like good wine. I like to go out. Yeah, so budget for that as part of your expenses. Doesn't mean that you have to live a prison life. Make sure that this is the budget and your expenses are something that is truly something that's important to you, and you focus on that. So now that you have that, basically the rest of it should be invested. So maximize your investment dollars and put them towards an investment. And the type of investment that you want to do is passive income investment. So something that's going to be hopefully turnkey, where you don't have to maintain. So don't buy a restaurant, for example, even if it's cash flowing. You don't want to be involved necessarily you don't want to be involved in the management of the restaurant. If you're investing somewhere and then it produces cash flow without you being involved more than a couple of hours a month, then this is great. My recommendation is always single family rentals or apartment buildings. So these are great investments, obviously. These are turnkey investments that are bringing net cash flows on a regular basis. There's plenty of property management companies that can manage these properties professionally and successfully. And then you have cash flow coming in and on a regular basis. And really, this is about it. This is about maximizing the amount that you're investing in passive income investment. Once you have a peak, then this is what you do. You just basically everything that's above that amount of money that you need for investment, you maximize that investment dollar, invest in passive income property. When you have a valley, this is when you can take some amount from your passive income portfolio and then you can use that to pay for your expenses. So what I recommend is to kind of have like a bucket or a special bank account for your investment dollars. So whenever you go above at that peak, you cut the top off and you put it in your investment account. That investment account is then used to invest in passive income portfolio. All the net cash flow that's coming out of the passive income portfolio goes into the investment account, and then it keeps growing and growing. And then once you have a valley, then you can leverage that investment account to pay for your expenses. At that point, your expenses are fairly, they're just really working on the essentials, so you should be able to sustain that for a longer period of time. You're looking for something, depending on the industry, you're looking to have enough money in that investment account to sustain yourself for at least 3 to 6 months. It depends on the field that you're in. If it takes a very long time to find another contract or another job, then that's what you have to take into consideration. But at least I would say 3 to 6 months that you can actually think and relax and find another job, knowing that you have that investment account that can provide and fill in the gaps in your income. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you will implement a strategy that will help you smooth out your income peaks and valleys, and then should be more relaxed and hopefully more financially free. If you like real estate investment, entrepreneurship, business, investment in general, make sure you watch the other videos in my channel. If you like this video, make sure you click the thumbs up. The YouTube algorithm really likes that thumbs up, so make sure you click on it. It helps me tremendously, so please do so. If you like these topics, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well, so that you can also receive notification whenever I publish a new video. So hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much.